Number 5. You know, I'm personally not that big on shooters, but I love the hell out of Bioshock. It's like Dragon Quest VIII or Dark Cloud 2. Once I got my hands on it, I just had a compulsive desire to play from beginning to end. And what an end! After finding out that you've basically been living in a tube up to this point, everything just seems so bleak and hopeless. Once you've killed both the maniacal leaders of Rapture, however, a glimmer of hope comes in the form of the Little Sisters. Going to land for the first time, and probably theirs too, you move on to raising a family where every child turns out great, you live a long, prosperous life, and finally pass away at a ripe old age, surrounded by people who absolutely love you. Considering that realistically, half the people who played Bioshock aren't going to share the same fate, this was about as satisfying as you can get without the system calling a company prostitute to swing by and celebrate the game's completion with you. It was conclusive, decisive, and happy. And really, that's all you need. Number 4. For the curious, I consider Super Metroid to pretty much be over as soon as you enter Mother Brain's chamber. At first you're like, hey, I fought this battle before, when suddenly everything gets turned on its head, and you're the one staring death in the face. Everything points to Samus being about to bite the big one, when out of nowhere, as a final gift, the little guy you saved way back in Metroid 2 passes on Mother Brain's powers to you, bestowing you the strength to finish off the old hag once and for all. The real icing on the cake, though, is what happens when the credits are done rolling. Look at this very carefully, noobs, because this is important. This is not a Zero Suit. This is a freaking Zero Suit. If every Metroid game ended like this, I'd be more obliged to play them. I mean, come on, folks. Even Team Ninja went the conservative route in Other M. This from the people that brought us Dead or Alive Extreme. Whatever. It was the first, it was the best. This ending was just one set piece after another, and that's why it's awesome. Number 3. How do you top off one of the best games on the Nintendo 64? Well, let's see. How about a fight with a floating disembodied head of your mortal enemy and nuking his face off to the point of being down to just his eyes and his brain? You deliver a laser-packed punch to his cerebellum only for him to pull a kamikaze to try to take you out. Everything looks lost when, shocker, the ghost of your dad comes back from the dead to lead you down to the path of safety as you narrowly escape the explosion and fly out of the base to the most triumphant music ever! As peace returns to the galaxy, you and your buddies fly off into the sunset, and you find out that 1,000 years from now, putting your life on the line and saving an entire galaxy is worth a blistering $60,000. Which was actually a lot of money to a 90s kid, but that's beside the point. The point is, like Super Metroid, it was just one epic moment after another. And you slept easy that night knowing that thanks to you, the Lilat system was finally safe. And you kicked yourself in the nuts years later because it led to the creation of Crystal. Number 2. A lot of people say Link to the Past is one of the best games of all time. I'm gonna say it's one of the best games on the SNES. That's not a bad thing, though. This Zelda felt 100% complete all the way through, but we already know how all the games end, so why is this one better, especially when compared to later entries in the series? Well, a big factor in this is how you get reaffirmed of all the positive implications of your work. Your uncle is cured, Flute Boy is playing again, the king returns, but most importantly, the Master Sword sleeps again. Forever. Yes, you heard that right. Forever. Canonically, Ganon is defeated for good in this game. This is where Link's battle finally reaches its conclusion, making this ending so much more rewarding than anything else in the franchise. The only thing that left a bad taste in your mouth was the fact that Link didn't get the girl in this one. If only there was an ending to a phenomenal game that wrapped everything up this well and let you get the girl. So, before we get to number 1, let's take a quick look back. At number 10, Dokupon's Les Bending. Number 9, Man's Worst Nightmare. And number 8, A Peek into the Future with Banjo and Kazooie. Number 7, It's Not Funny Anymore, goddammit! Number 6, The Best Ending You Never Saw. Number 5, Finding a Family in Bioshock. And number 4, Super Metroid's Pin-Up Payoff. Number 3, The Floating Disembodied Head of Android. And at number 2, The Ultimate Resolution in Link to the Past. So what is the number 1 greatest game ending of all time? It's number 1.
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that.
Okay, sure. Metal Gear Solid has a terrible reputation for using cutscenes to explain everything. But you know what? Where it works, it really works. And here, it most definitely works. In this absolutely epic resolution, Solid Snake pulls off what every action movie hero has been doing for years. He watches his arch-nemesis die, ties up all the loose ends, tastefully delivers food for thought to the viewer, and rides off into the distance with the girl. The difference being that this isn't a movie, it's a video game, on the PS1 no less, and therefore that caliber of coolness is on a whole nother level. There is nothing this ending left not done, and as Snake and Meryl realized the true meaning of life, they decided to start over again, this time with each other. Just so you know, there is an alternate ending where Snake drives off with Otacon instead, and it sucks ass. Stick to what works, guys, and experience for yourself one of the best conclusions that video games have ever brought us.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Well, that's it for that. Don't forget to swing by the Level Up website to check out lots of exclusive content that you just won't find anywhere else. And stay tuned for more entertainment coming straight from me and the rest of the guys at Team Pizza. Until then, I'm WhatTheFnu, and that's my honest opinion.
I am fully charged!
The world will thank me for this! Well, off to my mother! Thankfully, I already don't remember this.